Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very exciting video because I have the brand new Tarte Shape Tape Foundation, which everyone has been going crazy over. The Shape Tape Concealer is one of my hands down holy grail favorite concealers. The Shape Tape line just came out with a new foundation. So they came out with two foundations. So one of them is a matte foundation which has a matte finish. So the other foundation is the Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation, which I guess is meant for more dry skin. So I didn't really know what shade to choose from. So I took a little survey that they had on the website and I ended up getting the shade Medium Tan Honey. I kind of opened it and looked at it and it looks like it may be like a shade too light, but I guess we could work with it. So here is the packaging. It comes in a similar box to the Shape Tape Concealer and it just says Shape Tape Matte Foundation. It also says cruelty free on the box, which is really good. There are actually 15 shades that came out, and out of those 15 shades there's only 3 of them that is a deeper tone shade. I wouldn't even say that their to last shade is a deep tone. That's like barely even a deep tone. And there's so many other shades that came out that, you know, it's on the very fair side, and they could have just, you know, came out with a few more darker shades. They did announce that they are coming out with 10 more shades. Nobody really wants to wait. That was kind of messed up. Tarte. Let's open it. The packaging of it looks exactly like the concealer, which I really do like. You know, they're keeping like that Shape Tape design which they have at the top. Okay, so when you open the foundation, it has the same applicator as the concealer. It's just, you know, a little bigger, which is nice. The shade doesn't look too bad, so let's try it out. So on one side of my face, I'm going to apply this with a beauty blender, and on the other side of my face, I'm going to apply it with a kabuki brush, which are the two usual forms of how I apply my foundation, so that's what I'm going to try. It has the same smell as the concealer, which is like a very cosmetic kind of smell. Okay, so for this side, I'm going to be using my MUFE M439 brush, which is a really great kabuki brush. Okay, so please excuse the shade difference, but I mean, look at this. It's very full coverage. And this is like a medium to full coverage. It definitely evens out your skin tone, covered a couple blemishes that I had, and it blended out really nice. And it doesn't take that much effort to blend this out. So that looks really good. It looks like it also covered up a lot of my redness, so, you know, covered up very nice. I'm going to take a little bit more and try to build it up and see how that looks. Not all over, just like where I would usually build up a little bit more coverage. So this is how it looks with 2 layers. Very flawless. So now that we applied it on one side, we're going to apply it on the other side with my Real Techniques beauty sponge. I have to say, because I'm a makeup artist, I'm kind of, you know, not loving the application, because I would like to use this foundation on my clients because it is so full coverage, but can't use the wand on them. Guess I just have to put it on the palette and then use my brush to apply it. Now I'm just gonna blend that in with my beauty sponge, and I do not dampen my beauty sponge. I use it dry because I like how it gives more of a full coverage with it not wet. So this is how it looks with one layer, blend it in with my Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I think I get a little bit more coverage than I did with one layer of the kabuki side. So I'm just going to take a little bit more, just, you know, because I added it on both sides. I have to say, even though the shade is a little bit off, it's not too bad looking on my skin. It actually looks really nice. Very full coverage. The finish is very matte. This dries so fast, like my whole face just feels like matte. So this is how it looks. It looks really good. It is a shade lighter, but that's totally fine. Not too worried about that. So now I'm just going to finish the rest of my face and see how it looks after it's settled and how it looks with the rest of my makeup. This is what the foundation looks like once all of my makeup is put on. I did everything pretty normal. I followed the same routine I always follow, which is concealer, contour, highlight, blush, did my eye makeup, did my lipstick, and I have to say I really like the finish of this foundation. It's super matte. It's, you know, like, it's a very matte finish. It's not even like a demi matte. It's a fully matte foundation. It dried super matte, so if you're very oily, I would say this foundation would go really good with you. If you're dry, this is definitely not the foundation for you. Go get the hydrating foundation. Unfortunately, I don't know if the hydrating foundation holds up just as well as this foundation in terms of full coverage, but this foundation is, I would give it maybe like an 8 out of 10, only because the application, the wand is a great, you know, it's a great thing because of the concealer, but honestly the wand, it's just spreading germs and bacteria that I don't like. Like I don't want to put something on my face and put it back in the bottle. You know, what if I have a breakout, or, you know, I just don't want that to transfer. So I'm going to start trying to use the brush with it. So instead of putting it directly on my face, I'll put it on the brush and then do my makeup then. So the other reason I will take off a point is because it actually works great in my favor, but it's because this foundation does oxidize. I looked in the mirror and definitely darkened since the time I put it on after I got all the rest of my makeup on. Like I said, it works for me, may not work for other people, so keep in mind that it does oxidize. It does dry darker than what the foundation shade really is. I know in camera with the lighting and everything, it looks a little bit lighter, but if I actually dim the light a little, you could see that it darkened, and it is actually my true match now. So I'm happy I picked up the shade in the shade Medium Tan Honey. Definitely lives up to what it says. It is very full coverage, very matte as well. So this retails for $39. I bought it off of the Tarte Cosmetics website, and it will be coming to stores like Ulta and Sephora and all of those stores in a couple days, but they released it on their website already, I think like 2 days ago. Very fast shipping. I got it in like 2 days, so that was great. Like I said, you know, like pros and cons with this foundation, definitely a lot of pros, but the cons, definitely there are cons. Starting with the shade range. The shade range was just Tarte, what are you doing? Like, Fenty Beauty just came out with like 40 foundation shades in one shot. Like, you could do better than 15. Like, just come out with those 10 foundation shades, don't take too long, and next time just release it, you know, all in one day maybe. I don't know, some people, they shouldn't have to wait a couple days to get their shade. I really do like this foundation. I will be using it on my clients and myself for sanitary reasons, definitely not using the wand anymore. I did sanitize it before I put it back in, so you know, that's just, I'm very OCD, very germophobic. But all in all, great foundation. Here is a close-up. It looks really good. My shade, I guess, it is medium tan honey. So I am usually a NC42 in MAC. Let's see, in Fenty Beauty I'm a shade 310, but that shade is like more of like an olive yellow undertone, so I would say it's a little bit darker than this shade. You know, whatever works for you. I'm in the shade 310. Estee Double Wear, I am in the shade Cashew, I believe, and in Makeup Forever HD, I am in the shade Y405. So, you know, that's the shades that I use. This is the shade that I'm gonna use on my own skin because I really do like the way it looks. So I'm not going to do a wear test because it's actually like 3 a.m. right now. I'm filming in the middle of the night. So I will probably wear this foundation throughout a day and take pictures and put it on my Instagram and show you guys what it looks like. But this is what it looks like now. Honestly, if you really powder it well and put like a good setting spray, I'm sure it will last a good couple hours because the way this is, it looks like it's not budging. I hope you guys like my video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on my videos if you haven't already. Go through my other videos. I have a lot of fun stuff there.